Hi there, it's Darlene. I hope you're having a good day or good evening. So I'm sorry I haven't been on for a bit, but I'm back now. I've just been noticing a few things. Oh, and first I have to ask you, if you're here and you were in Prometheus, I would kill to get a copy of that agreement. I can't find mine. Yeah, I was in Prometheus too. And what I need to do is look it through to see what the refund terms were. Because I'll bet I know what they were. I've been going through the sales pages of Prometheus and then going through my own agreement from Ministry of Freedom and then the one before that for the lockdown formula. And I just want to show you guys how Jono tries to tie up these things so that you can't get a refund. And he's been doing it now for so long that I didn't notice it insidiously creeping in there. But I am now. So I'd love to show that. So if you do have a copy of the Prometheus agreement, I would kill to see it. Thank you. Also, if you find these videos to be useful, if you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee, it sure would be appreciated. My link is in the description, as well as at the top of the comments. Also, please like and subscribe. It'll do this channel some good, and hopefully it'll save more people from losing their money. Thanks. So, I noticed a few things. I noticed something, actually. Okay, so not this last Saturday, but the prior Saturday when Infinity had its weekly Zoom meeting, at the very end of that Zoom meeting, one of the students asked, so are we going to have these every week? And Jonas Lindgren said, yeah, every week. Well, at least 3 out of 4 weeks of the month, rather. And then guess what did not happen last Saturday? Right. 1 week after him saying that, and they missed the Zoom meeting. Really? The thing is, though, it's really sad because it's going exactly the way Project Limitless did. And I mean, that they started just over a year ago. And they were supposed to be having weekly Zoom meetings. Well, first of all, it went from a completely done-for-you system to a completely you got to do it yourself. And, here's how you do it. Here's how you do back testing. Here's how you do all this stuff. And then they were all stuck with it themselves. But it's okay because they were going to have weekly Zoom meetings where Jonas Lindgren would keep them up on, could be there for them to show them how to use this, how to do the back testing, new set files, what they can do. This weekend, what did we hear? Crickets. Nothing. He's already starting to abandon this group. And it's really sad because I know in Project Limitless, there's about a half a dozen poor souls. I just found out actually the other day that there's still about a half a dozen poor souls hanging in there, trying to make a go out of it. Bless their hearts. I mean, and they're still not making any money at all. It's crazy. And I know that things are going that way in the Infinity system because people are, they're trying. So now we're seeing the same thing happening here with the Infinity system. People are trying to hang in there and trying to make it work. But now they're seeing the support that's starting to leave. And it's only going to get worse, I'm afraid to say. Now we find out, somebody from the group, this is the group that I've invited people to, which are those that do want to get a refund back from Ministry of Freedom / Jono Armstrong, or at least you're going to have to get your money back from PayPal or your bank or credit card or wherever. If you do want to and you want support, you want good ideas flying around and people that are successful getting it, you should get a hold of me. My contact is, as always, at the bottom of the description. And yeah, so contact me. There will be questions, possible blood tests and all that kind of stuff. Because what we absolutely don't want is for people in, like Jono Armstrong or one of his boys to get in there and spy on people. And, no, that would be horrible. So yeah, I do have to ask you a few questions. So here's one of the guys that say, 2 more ads from Jono today. They spent tens of thousands on ads and still going. A little while back, I let Mark know that I've been seeing the latest ads from Jono. he was pleased that their campaign was working and stated that they had already spent over $100,000 on YouTube ads. And that was in early to mid-January. They obviously have plenty of funds left in the kitty to be able to keep the ads going, unfortunately. Yeah. So they got funds left in the kitty to be able to be paying for these ads. And as he said, this was back in middle to early January. My God. And he's still thumping away with these YouTube ads. He seemed to have somewhat stopped or paused on the friggin' email ads. But, he's still going with YouTube ads. And they're still promising a done-for-you system. Something you don't have to spend any time at. It's all done for you. And it's still the same lies. It's just weird. Yeah, but yet we know that one of his bank accounts is shut down. So he's trying to prevent people from doing chargebacks or refunds that way. So, man, if you're going to get your refund, if you're going to, do a chargeback, I would get going at it now, like sooner the better. Now, here's something else that I noticed. So here's Jono's YouTube page under videos here. And so you can see all the stuff that where he's, pushing the system. And this, so this video here, this one right here, there's one here at the corner. 17? This is when they, this is where they actually started, pushing the system, like doing like what I would consider like full-length video discussions about it and stuff like that. And it starts with these interviews with Jonas. Now, what date did he start putting these out on? December 21st. Okay. So that's that one with Jonas. Yep, 21st. Now, it's interesting, these videos here, these 5 here, not the rapid traffic paydays one. My point is how he started rocking these out.
Never ever be broke.
Shush.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jono Armstrong here. Welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. I know it's been a long time since we've done one of these, but in this topic...
Another 5-Minute Friday tutorial? He's not done one of those in, like, recent memory at all. And so all of a sudden, here it is, upper right-hand corner, December 16th. Huh, okay. Next. Next one.
How to beat the 2023 income.
Rewind.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jono here from Jono-Armstrong.com. Welcome to another 5-Minute Friday tutorial. In today's video...
Really? And was this like a Friday apart? No, it's December 17th, the very next day. Next.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jono here. Welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. Now, in this video, we're going to...
Really? And when's this? December 18th, the very next day. Next.
If people don't want to learn anything. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jono here. Welcome back to another 5-Minute Friday tutorial. Now, in yesterday's video...
Yep. December 19th. So look at how he's got this sounding like he's been putting on these Friday tutorials for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. This is all just to soften up the troops. I mean, this guy's got like 73,000 viewers. So, and these are people that follow him. So this is awesome advertising. And here he's saying that, well, he knows why everything else hasn't worked. And I'm going to get into this because this is the point of this video, actually. How he sets up false expectations and then, crashes and burns, basically. So on the 19th here, he did another one of his happy little Friday things. And now here.
All right.
Sec?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jono here, and welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you...
Yeah. And this one, what's the date on here? December 19th. So he dropped this on the same day as his last Friday 5-minute tutorial, and this is 23 minutes long, by the way. These marketers seem to have difficulty telling time. Anyways, so then, yeah, and this is where he's saying, hey, I've just come up with my new solution, blah, 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 blah. You know what, Jono, if you had been doing this every week, well, no, you wouldn't have packed as big a punch, would it? But now it makes you look like this altruistic guy that keeps doing these Friday, free trainings. Well, no. Didn't happen. So in one of his Happy Little Friday videos, this one, the problem with skill-based learning. The problem. I mean, what is wrong with getting new skills? But anyways, the problem with skill-based learning. And he uses Ministry of Freedom, and he says why that program failed. And he blames it all on students. It says 95% fail, and their excuses are no time, they're overwhelmed, no discipline, no commitment, expect instant results, expect it to be easy. If it was, everyone would be rich. Well, gee, I wonder where they got those expectations from, Jono. Here is the landing page where you get to before you go to the video for Ministry of Freedom. Oh, that thing is 2.5 hours long. I took one for the team and watched the first hour, and then I just recorded the rest, and I buzzed through it later, and it was just repeat after repeat after repeat. But anyways, so going through this, I'm going to ask you, how hard does this sound? So here's Jono saying how I generate 80,000 to 150,000 every month using a simple rinse and repeat system. Wow, that doesn't sound too hard, does it? Now, these are all pictures out of the video because, God forbid, I'm not going to get you guys to watch that whole thing. But listen to how difficult he makes it. Or really, it's like how incredibly simple he makes it sound. Start earning in the next 24 hours. You know, it's just a side hustle. It'll only take you 45 minutes per day. Replace your job. Only requires you to run it. It's easy. Wow. Guaranteed passive income. Done for you passive income setup. Skip the stress and avoid mistakes. We also train your virtual assistants so you can offload tasks to them. Get started making serious passive profits within mere days. Wow, that sounds awesome. Doesn't sound very difficult. Here's what you get today only. Me sending you sales. A done-for-you super funnel. Done-for-you program setup. 2-for-1 program access. The ultimate launch booster. And on the left, for fast results, passive results, guaranteed success. Does this sound that difficult? Sounds bloody expensive, but not that difficult. And then 60 days to 10K a month. And you got to remember this. I'll be looping back around. But anyways, so 7 days on launch jacking where you're supposed to make $600. Get real. This is not realistic. Launch license product. And where you're going to make $4,000 on that. It's going to only take 14 days. Send copy-paste emails. Well, that doesn't sound hard. 7 days, you're going to need to earn another $1,000. And then the next month, you're going to earn $5,000 from Google automation, which you don't know anything about, but it sounds like it's going to be all done for you. So, I mean, that's pretty quick, right? You know, and down at the bottom, look at it, says 40 minutes per day. Easy. Stop making someone else rich. Finally get the freedom you deserve. Wow, does that sound awesome? And it looks like it's easy, it's fast, and it's like guaranteed. So what could possibly go wrong? There are everyday people, no special skills, no experience. Most of them have never made any money online before. They started from scratch, so it's okay if you are too. Right, yeah. Remember what we just read? Wow. Guaranteed fast money. Wow. Oh, that's exactly what he said, that, you know, people expect fast money. Well, you told them that they could expect fast money. You told them it would be fast and it'd be easy. And they believed you. And you're blaming them now? So fast results. Me sending you sales. A done-for-you super funnel. I'm seeing a lot of guaranteed and done-for-you and automation and all that kind of stuff. Sounds like it's a pretty easy system, right? So we're going back to Jono's video now, the problem with skills-based learning, and I want you to hear what he actually said. So in his videos, his sales videos, I mean, he was blowing smoke up our ass left, right, and center, saying how easy and how fast, and, you know, how you didn't have to do any work. And you saw what he was saying in his video. But now, I'd like you to hear it, because this is just Oh, it really grinds me. Anyways, you have a listen and see what you think.
But the problem is that 95% of people fail. And these are some of the excuses for the failure, okay? They don't have time, okay? That's a pretty valid excuse. They're overwhelmed because they try to do too much at once. They don't want to take it slowly.
It was only supposed to take 45 minutes a day. I mean, that's what he said in his sales video. Well, it didn't. It took far more than that. I mean, there was like at least 45 minutes of material to go over per day. And then you had to take action. You were supposed to be learning how to do these videos and uploading them and all this stuff. And there's a fair bit there to learn if you're a raw beginner. And so no wonder they started feeling overwhelmed, because in your first 7 days, you're supposed to make $600. Nobody did that. Or it's very extraordinarily few, and it's not through lack of trying.
Step by step, they want the results fast, and they try and consume too much, and they get overwhelmed.
They want the results fast. Well, they were promised fast results.
Don't have the discipline, okay, to go through the videos one by one and implement. They don't have the discipline to implement. Maybe get up an hour earlier and implement some of this stuff and learn some of this stuff. They don't have the commitment to see it through to success. They expect instant results. They expect it to be easy as well, you know. And if it was, everybody would be rich, right? That's what.
You see? But that's what he promised. That it was easy. You didn't have to be, you didn't have to have all this learning. You didn't have to do this, that, and the other thing. And yet now he's saying, well, 90%, 95% failed. And with these excuses. This man really makes me sick. I mean, he sets up his own, people to fail. I mean, gives all of these promises on the video, and then he slams people when they actually believe in him and say, they didn't try. They wouldn't put the time in, no discipline, no commitment. Basically, they just wanted to sit back and have easy results. Well, yeah, that's because that's what your video said too. But here, you're calling them lazy. Seriously, Jono. Oh, and this is too funny. This is off of the same video, The Problem with Skill-Based Learning. And somebody said, I'm curious to know how many people who took your Ministry of Freedom actually made the investment back. He said, over 1,000 people, the ones that put the effort in. And she says, oh, impressive. Really? Well, using his math, that if 95% of the people failed, that means that, okay, over 1,000 people are in that 5% that succeeded. If you do the math, that would mean that over 20,000 people would have taken the course. Trust me, there weren't anywhere near that, not a fraction of it. So he's just pulling out numbers out of his butt, because you either did really, really, really well and you came out one of the top 2 or 3, the only ones that made money, or you crashed and burned, because he was letting out so many people into the system of having to do affiliate marketing and YouTube videos and all this stuff that it became saturated so quickly. And it became impossible for the system that he set up to actually work, even though it had its pluses. And it's an excellent course, but if he'd sold it that way as an excellent course, well, he wouldn't have made as much money on it. But honestly, it's a good course, except that you have to sell these geeky WarriorPlus things. But you can even get around that. You could sell other stuff, but you won't be as successful as these people that are selling the dream, even though it's a fake. Now, the next thing he goes on about is the Prometheus system. Let's have a look. So here's the sales page for Prometheus. And notice it says the easiest way to passive crypto wealth, period. AI bots pull profits straight out of crypto markets by the minute. For beginners, for investors, for passive income seekers. Okay, well, it doesn't sound like it takes much effort, at least. Okay. So Prometheus is AI-powered hands-free income generator. Okay. Beta users and crypto beginners make over $20,000 in 3 days. One-time 10-minute setup will even do it for you. Zero learning curve, 24/7 income potential in any market condition. So it's safe and sounds easy. Great. Does this not seem like it's, following a pattern to anybody here? Good God. Next one. Now this is the big one. Start big or small and scale on your schedule. So with Prometheus, you can get started in crypto for as little as $100. Then scale or simply allow the system to reinvest your profits for the magic of compound interest. We cover recommended amounts and best practices inside the training. What? Yeah, notice that line. We cover recommended amounts and best practices inside the training. But they've got this out here that you can get started in crypto for as little as $100. And it's true, you can. I did. Yeah. But then he says we cover recommended amounts and best practices inside the training. And this was right. I mean, he was saying in what you're about to hear in this next video, he was saying that people were averse to risk. They didn't want to risk a whole pile of their own money. Well, at the get-go, we were told that we didn't have to, that you can get started in crypto for as little as $100. And that's what we bought into. Let's have a look and see what Jono has to say about this, though. What he thinks of these people. So this is from Jono's next Happy Friday video. And listen to what he says was the problem with people in Prometheus. With the people in Prometheus. Not the way he represented it. No. It was a problem with the people.
It was only a handful of the thousands of members. And again, 95% of people failed. Now, they didn't need to learn anything because we used AI. So, do you know what the problem was? Do you know why they failed? Okay, well, I'll tell you. The reason why these people failed is because there was too much risk. Okay, people were required to invest their own capital into the bot, into crypto, in order for the bot to leverage their capital to make money. And people didn't want to take the risk. Those that did, as I showed you just before, made some great gains, made some great money. But this one guy, he invested $4,000, right? The guy who made $1,756 in a day, he put like $50,000 into that, right? And that's the reason why most people failed, because they didn't trust it, they didn't believe it, and most of all, they didn't want to risk putting their own money into it with the risk of maybe losing their money, even though we do teach everybody as much as possible risk management.
Right. So they didn't want to put like 4,000 to 50,000 of their own money in. Well, heck, when the sales pages are saying you only have to put in 100,000, and his videos were saying you only have, or 100,000, I'm sorry. When the sales page says that you only have to put in $100, his videos say, hey, you can do this at minimum of $100. And that's what people bought into. And then, yeah, sure, when you get into the training, then you get told, well, if you really want to make this work, then you got to put in more money. And you know what? The training is correct. I have since gone on to another course after this, not put out by WarriorPlus, thank you very much. And it goes into these Bitscat bots and stuff like that, much, much, much better. And yeah, the general consensus there is that you have to put in minimum $3,000, more like $5,000 in order to get this up and working properly, because it just takes that much in order to get the profits back. Because as he says, it's leveraged. I guess it sort of is, but not really. But anyways, the more you've got in there, it makes exponentially more. So each dollar that you've got in there, it's not just getting the, same reward. It's getting far more the more you've got in there. And that's how it all works. So can it work at $100? you'll get like a really good interest rate at like the $100 to $200 mark. I was getting around 15% per month, which isn't bad. I mean, if you were to think of just putting that money into an interest-bearing account, like, ew, you wouldn't get anywhere near that. However, it really didn't either keep up with the fees for BitsGap, the platform that it runs on. And this is a commercial platform that has nothing to do with Jono. You know why people were pissed at him? Because everybody was expecting, and what did you think from those ads? I mean, were you expecting that he was providing people with an AI bot? That's what I thought going into it. That's what everybody thought going into it. No, he's not. Instead, it was strictly just a training course. And then he introduced everybody to this trading platform, BitsGap, and that's where you trade crypto on. And you get that. You get an API, you hook it right into your exchange, and yeah, it handles the trading for you, and it does well. But he wasn't giving you the bot. He even calls it the Prometheus AI. There is no Prometheus AI or Prometheus bot. It's simply a function of BitsGap. And if you ever wanted to, you could easily find out everything you could possibly want to know about it for free on YouTube. So that's what pissed people off, is because they were basically loaded down with this load of tripe, told that they didn't have to invest much after it, and then it all didn't work, and people were angry, and justifiably so. So when Jono is saying, it all failed because they weren't willing to put all, the money in, $4,000 to $50,000 in like they were supposed to. Nobody told people going in. So that's not why Prometheus failed, Jono. It failed because, again, you set up false expectations. You didn't tell people how much they would have to invest in order to make this work, and also in order to make your refund policy work. And that's why people, again, were trapped and couldn't get their refunds either. And this is something you chose to do, Jono. So these are Jono Armstrong's takeaways from Ministry of Freedom and the Prometheus as to how people are failing him.
Actually have two issues. First of all, from MOF, people don't want to learn anything, okay? They want the success, but without the learning, without the journey, without the struggles that are involved in getting that success. That's the first thing. The second thing is, people don't want to risk any of their own money in order to get successful, even though they don't need to learn anything. Like with Prometheus, the AI did everything. All they needed to do was put their money into it. People were too cautious. They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to risk their money. So people don't want to learn. People don't want to risk. Okay.
So this is his whole shtick. People don't want to learn, and they don't want to risk. Well, hello. There's obviously going to be some learning involved in Ministry of Freedom. Okay, that was apparent from the beginning. But the amount of learning and the amount of time and effort that it would take, that was glossed right over, And then it ended up being all of this stuff and basically impossible expectations. And I'm not just saying this because I flunked out, because really I was behind the 8 ball. And so I never did expect to get the results that others may have been getting. I wasn't feeling well. I ended up going into a very deep depression. And yeah, I couldn't keep up. So yeah, I was behind the rest of the class. So I could kind of understand why I couldn't get a refund. But the other people that were really, really trying, that were getting so frustrated, and you could see them being kicked off of his Facebook group and everything like that. And they were really trying. And I've heard from people after that saying, yeah, the only money I got was off the weekly rotator. And that was very, very little. So I don't know where he's getting that people would earn all of this money from, because they tried. And you know what? He said that 95% failed. I can only think of 2 guys that actually really graduated, 2, maybe 3. Philip Johansson and Dan Can. And he's mentioned these guys in some of these videos. I've heard him, but I wasn't going to go back and go find it. Now, Dan Can, he lasted about a year, and now he's out of the picture. Philip Johansson is still going. So I would have to say, out of that entire thing, only one guy truly succeeded and is still going. It's crazy. Yet here Jono is saying, it's all our fault, people that took it. It's all our fault. And then we saw Jonas. I've shown this in my previous videos, and he was saying how the people in Project Limitless did try. And you've got people, they're still trying, and they're still back testing, and they're still doing this stuff. So guess what his excuse is going to be for the infinity system? It's going to be the exact same thing. So the people that are stuck in there now are going to keep trying and trying, like hamsters on a wheel, going round and round and round and not getting anywhere, just like in Project Limitless. And then they're going to have it blamed on them for being lazy or not trying hard enough or whatever, because they've done it every time before. It's either Jono with his own products or Jonas with his. Like, stop blaming other people, Jono. It's not the people that are lazy. It's the expectations, the hopes and dreams, the gas that you blow up people's butts. That's what they believe in. And then you come around and say it's their fault that it didn't succeed. So the infinity system is supposed to be done for you. Now it's not. It's anything but. And the weekly Zoom calls aren't happening anymore. Not every week. Not like they're supposed to be. Why? Because we know that Jonas Lindgren is going off and doing his own affiliate marketing again. So why is this all failing, Jono? It's not the people. Stop going on about the people. Anyways, thanks all. You have a great evening or day or whatever. Bye-bye.